Hello everyone, good to have you back here again on the Exceed Real Vibe podcast, the home of both conversation, smart investments. We will talk about leadership, entrepreneurship, everyday realities of life, all the contents of family and business. I am your host, Jennifer Igwe, aka the Content Queen. Today we have a very, very interesting topic. You have to get your books and your Bible ready because we have an amazing and exceptional individual with us here in the studio to talk about money, business, and investment. I know you like that one. Joining me here today is the one and only business tycoon, real estate mogul, the leader and chairman of Enugu chapter, and the MD CEO of Cedar Home Smart Developers. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Engineer Chima Ike. Woo! Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Ms. Jenny.
It's a privilege to have you on the Exceed Real Vibe podcast this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, our topic this morning is money, business, and investment. And I am very sure you are the perfect person to help us in this discussion because you're a businessman, right?
Yes.
You can see that yes is coming with full chest.
Which is what it is.
Oh my god. So maybe you have to tell us, let's start with you telling us how many businesses you oversee. Like there's an MD in your name, there's a CEO, there's a business owner, there is an entrepreneur, there's a leader, such names and titles don't just come randomly. Okay. I believe there are some things that you have behind the scene and even on the scene that gives you those titles. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Yeah, being a businessman is not easy. Are you aware?
Am I aware? I never do business. Okay.
When people see you on the outside, they think getting to where you are is easy, but it requires a lot of hard work and experience to get where you are. Okay. Just like if you happen to look at some big businessmen in the country, yeah, some will say they're lucky, while will say it's hard work, depending on how you're able to get there. But a lot has to be done on the background for you to get where you are. Okay, just for instance now, I've been in a corporate world before I venture into business. Okay. I've worked in MTN, I've worked in 4 banks.
Wow.
Before I decided to come into real estate. Okay. When I started the real estate business, it was interesting. I have a passion for real estate. You can see the joy we get by providing shelters to people. Yeah. That is one of my passions. Building houses, giving people a home. The few dream parts. But people see it as owning a home as a life fulfillment.
Yeah, dream comes true, yes.
So when you get to that stage, you see that it has gotten beyond business, but not a passion, because you derive joy in doing that. You derive joy in seeing people happy. I've been in other businesses too. I have a pharmacy, I have a lab, I have a cosmetic manufacturing soap.
Okay, you have, it's still running?
It's still running. Okay. Irrespective of all this, I derive joy in real estate
more
than other businesses that I operate on.
Okay, so which one did you start with exactly?
I started with real estate.
Oh, with real estate.
Yes.
And then at what point did you feel like I need to expand? And what even made you to start expanding?
If you're intentional about building wealth, you know that you cannot rely on one stream of income. At a point, I felt that, this is not just about making money. What is in the future lies? Because in terms of making money, there's what we call passive income and active income. Okay. So you can only become wealthy when you are making money without you knowing that you're making money. Being that life is rolling, but other things are happening. It must not be at work to make money.
That
is the level every Nigerian, everybody dream to get to. So when you're intentional about it, you work towards it. God factor is very, very important.
Okay. So you started with real estate and then you started expanding to cosmetics production company, to pharmacy, to
laboratory,
to medical laboratory, and you are able to run them and run them well.
Run them seamless.
And they have been, expanding for some years now.
Yes.
This is a real estate mogul telling you that he started with real estate, then expanded to other businesses, but he's still in real estate. And now at this level, it has passed from just doing business to passion, because he finds fulfillment in satisfying people's life dreams when it comes to owning houses and land. And I think that is something that is quite fulfilling.
Yes.
Yeah. When you are doing something that people are finding help, finding fulfillment in. In other words, you yourself is also finding fulfillment. I think that is one thing about solving a problem.
Yes.
Solving people's problem, and in turns you are also benefiting and you are also being satisfied. That's a good one. Can you tell us, in your own words, what do you think success is? Some people want to be successful. They want to be successful in business, in life, in their marriage, whatever it is that success means to them. But in your own words, tell us, what is the true meaning of success to you?
Success is when you get to that stage of fulfillment.
Okay.
It's just like what we are doing now. Let me give an instance in the real estate sector. The project we're working on now is we're working at 100,000 housing units in partnership with Ime worldwide.
Oh.
So we are dealing with the Igbos in diaspora.
Okay.
Igbo Ebinye, the time has come. We see this as a mega project because 100,000 is not 10,000, is not 10,000, is not 1,000. But where the success is coming from, that a lot of people are hungry to own their own properties in Southeast in general. By the time this project will be completed, I'll feel fulfilled and one way or the other successful. I'll be very happy because we have a lot of people that have keyed into this. At the moment, we have over 10,000 subscribers, the Igbos in diaspora.
Oh, wow.
That are willing to be part of this project.
That's quite impressive.
So this is a mega project. And for those in diaspora that wants to bring things back home, when this is achieved, a lot of them will feel happy. And that will give me a credit. And everybody in Redan in this project will be fulfilled. And when it comes to success in business, what are you doing that make you feel fulfilled? This is going to be a success for me when the project has smoothly completed, because I'll be proud of myself. We started this and we made it happen.
If I'm to pick together and summarize what you just said, success simply means achieving a particular thing you set out to achieve. So probably start up a business or a project, and then the vision behind that project, when it gets to be fulfilled and actualized, in other words and in other tongues, it becomes a success to the visionaire. I think that makes sense actually. A lot of us don't feel successful because we have a different definition of success. And when we start something, we get frustrated, we get depressed along the line, and we tend to abandon such projects and we just feel empty because that vision was not fulfilled. There is no success there. And that brings me to saying, I was going to ask, I think you just said something about it. Success is not really when you have all the money that you wish to have in the world. Sometimes little things that we think doesn't matter really matter. I was very, very interested to know this part right now. Someone that runs multiple businesses. How do you run multiple businesses? And you're sitting here this morning looking all looking all put together, handsome, fresh. What's the secret? How do you do them? I really want to know.
In every business, it's very, very important to have a structure and a system. There's a difference between structure and a different system. So when you have these two things in place, it gives the business a face. Because you must not be there for the business to function because you have put a structure, how things should be done. So in every business you are doing and you don't have a structure, you must be there before there must be a sales, before things will work. You're not doing a business.
You're self-employed.
You're self-employed. So that is why when we see Okeke and Sons, when one is no more, the business collapse. But when you are in business, in real business, put a system in place. That even though when you are not there, the business is still ongoing.
Okay.
That is the essence of having a structure in business. That it lives beyond this generation, where you can pass it on. Do you get? Where there will be a shareholders. That makes it stronger. That makes it valuable. Some people, before they invest in your business, they look at the structure you have.
Okay.
So if you don't have a structure, you find it very difficult to get real business. No, you may be doing business, doing whatever you're doing at the moment, but how long does this take? You check the test of time of that business. Let's assume something happened. What is the fate of that company? These are the things we look out when you doing business. So there must be a system and a structure in place.
So those systems and structure helps the business to function.
Yes.
And then you can run as multiple businesses as you want.
As you can, because you have a structure that governs them.
Yeah. I recently came to find out that the Anambra businessman called Zenko is the one that facilitates the operations and the sales of Infinix products, Technophone products into Nigeria.
Telecom.
Yes, and I'm really wondering, people really don't know that he's in such a business, but these people do so many things, and you don't even know that they're ones behind it because they have structure, they have people, they have systems that are working, and then they are just there, even without knowing that they are the ones behind it.
Yes, it's just like, when you are in business and the structure is not in place, because you may not have all the ideas, you may not have all the knowledge. But when there is a structure and a system in place, it turns out very well. Just check out the banks.
Okay. Yeah.
You check out other businesses, maybe like for Dangote and the big businesses we know in Nigeria. They all have structures.
Yeah. I think one of the best structures is actually the banking structure.
Yes, it's one of the banking structure where you have the MDs, the chairman, and every other thing. Things run. It's tenured.
Yes.
Even in our company, it's tenured, kind of. You get? So these are things should be in place in business if you have a structure and a system.
Very, very important. So as a business owner, maybe you're just starting or you're still starting. And you think maybe you're struggling somehow. You're just wondering how to run a business. Maybe it's one or it's two. Try to work towards having systems and structures in place that could help you work effectively and efficiently. So now, sir, can you tell us, you're into real estate, and the last time I checked, you were the Enugu chairman for Redan.
Okay.
Just in case you don't know. Yes, he is.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want to know how, as a business person, as a developer, they're all intertwined.
Yeah.
How do you get to ascertain a good business opportunity? Do you see a business and you be like, this one is not a good one, this one is a good one, and let me do this one, let me not do this one? How do you tell when a good opportunity comes up?
If you're a businessman, there's what we call risk.
Okay.
A lot of people are scared of risk. And most times, risk takers are good businessmen.
Actually.
Because I've had some couple of business that turned out well, but because of faith, the risk I took in doing this business.
Okay.
Most people don't like taking risk. Why some people are risk takers? But you as a businessman, which one do you do? Definitely, there's a lot of things that will be in place. I didn't tell you to always take risk.
Okay, yeah.
But sometimes it turns out that's unexpected. For we to be where we are, we have taken some risk.
Okay.
And some of them are good, some of them are bad. It may not be all rosy.
Okay.
But the most important, we are still standing and moving on. Taking risk has helped me.
Okay. So risk taking is one factor every business owner should know. So maybe I should just say or add that it might not all be good from the outside. Maybe it's an opportunity or a business opportunity here, and you think it's it doesn't look really profitable.
Yeah, okay, let me give you an instance in terms of this our land business. There's sometimes where we're going to site estates. After citing the estate, it looks as if you have made a mistake.
Okay.
Because, because of where you cited. But if you were able to console yourself, put more money in that location, the estate will turn out well.
Okay.
But initially, when you started, it may be that you're the only one in that environment. You look as if you're inside bush. But because you took a risk to get there first and do a lot of things, you are giving the place a facelift. People will start coming.
Okay.
Do you get? But on a normal, you can't say, why will you go and put your money there?
Yeah, it might
so
like
it comprises a lot. So for we in this kind of business, we turning bush into cities. It's not easy.
It's even a risk on it.
It's just like where we're doing this 100,000 housing units. When we take people there, we'll be like, no, we can't be there. But for projection we're looking at the next 5 years. This is a mega city.
Okay.
As the name implies, it's a mega city. Do you get? So, but it's not easy putting the money. You're just putting because no lights in that environment. But you are very, very fulfilled that you're starting at well very soon. Okay. So these are the things that get people to be a risk taker and do more business because they depend on how you are structured and wired to do business.
Yeah. Foresight and risk-taking is something every business owner should have. That brings me to ask you, sir. Tell us one of the risks that you've taken as a business person, as a business owner, that kept you awake all night. I really want to hear that part right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know that there is some business you finish doing, you'll be like, who said me? God help me. That is when the God factor comes in.
Oh my God.
As in, you'll be like, how do I get out of this place?
I'm sorry.
Do you know funny thing is?
Yeah.
Whatever happens to you, it will come as a shock. But after a while, hours, day, inspiration on how to resolve the issue, to resolve the matter will come.
Okay.
But the first instance this message or news was given to you, wow, you will be confused. In fact, you'll be restless. But give it some time and ask God, how do you resolve this? Because we have done some business that's, oh God, how did I get here? How can I get
here? It's last one. I want to hear.
It will be like, oh God. See, I've just seen how to cite this because some people will be like, you're stupid. Some people will be like, you made a mistake. Why do you do this? So I don't know. When I start citing it, you look as if you don't have sense or something like that. But these are business you thoughtfully decided and went into it with your full eyes. But on the other hand, you couldn't sleep anymore. What happened? How do you come out into this? So I believe that those are in business might have experienced this in one way or the other because it come across in different ways. It's happened. So no, I don't want to cite it, but
don't give an example. Give us an example now. Give us an example. I want to hear example, because I mean this is something that it happens to people. So maybe your story could resonate well with somebody. Maybe it's in real estate or it's in your pharmacy business or
okay. Let me give you an instance. Okay, just like when I started my cosmetic business.
Okay.
I never had knowledge on that. Do you get? But because I had some money, I started building the factory, building everything, do everything. And because you saw maybe I have one or two friends that are into cosmetics and the rest. So I said, okay, I was asking questions and everything. And when it's done, time to produce, wow, that is where the real problem is. It happens that you don't even have knowledge of this thing you want to go into. And I met my friend. My friend said, you have to pay me so-called very huge amount of money before I go. You know, as in, while in the midst of this thing, Tinubu came in and the price of everything, dollars, everything skyrocketed. We're just in the middle of nowhere. And you'll be like, who sent me to even start this business?
Oh my God.
What is the business that you want to do? And the reason why I wanted to do the business is that the cash flow.
Okay.
Daily income. You must sell. Well, even if it's still, but real estate, you may not sell every day. I love to do this business with passion. But it gets to a point as is a crossroads. Now you have gotten everything set. How do you start producing?
Oh my God.
You know it's a challenge.
Yeah, and it gives you sleepless nights, right?
Yes, we start by looking at the right staff to hire. There are a lot of things will be in place. So it's not easy, but we thank God we came out of it.
That's really good. That's a good one. I mean, I believe every big businessman out there has a story. Some of the ideas they have had in the past, they didn't even function with them in the present times, you know. And then I really want to know, how do you manage these risks emotionally? How do you manage emotional risks? Because emotional risks will come as maybe financial losses, just like you mentioned now. Maybe at some point you just felt like, should I move on? Should I go ahead? Maybe you never lose money. Maybe you lost a partner, or you lose someone that is very close to you that must contribute to you. How do you manage emotional risks as a business owner when it comes to running a business, being a developer, being a leader? How do you manage risk emotionally?
Being a leader and a businessman, when this happens, don't take immediate action. Think through about it.
Okay.
And I believe in prayers, and I believe in God. So most of the things you seek for the face of God to help you in this situation.
Okay.
Because your faith matters too. It helps you to ask questions and your God, and you should direct ahead. But one way or the other, we'll find our way out in those troubles and we'll move on. God factor is very, very important in what I do.
Okay, so God factor, and then you have to think through over every decision you want to take at that moment. When you're emotionally high, you don't make decisions. Our pastor will say, when emotions are high, wisdom decreases. When wisdom is high, emotion decreases. When emotion is high, wisdom decreases. So it's good for us to learn how to balance this. And when you're angry, when you are hot, when you're sad, those are the times you need to stay calm and think through your choices very well before you take any action. I think that's actually a good one. Now tell us, sir, what is the one lesson that you've learned? One money lesson that you've learned that you did not learn in school. As a businessman, you learned this money lesson while doing business, while learning businesses, that you never thought about in your life, even as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, before you ventured into business.
Have you ever heard about this phrase? They said, cash is king.
Cash is king. I don't think I've heard that.
Have you heard about it? If you're a businessman, cash is king. Because when you don't have the cash, at some certain point, you lose big businesses. So when the word cash is king comes in, is that with cash, you can get what is supposed to be not equal to that money, but because it's available.
Okay, more like something distressed just comes.
Yes, and you see that it helps you. So in money business, cash, me probably I've not been saving. I don't save, do you get? But I think about multiplying the money I have.
Okay.
But I've now started, because of this cash is king. I know how many businesses I've lost for lack of cash. Do you get? I started saving.
Okay, having money somewhere.
So you must save, not that to do business, but having money at a particular point in time. Very, very important.
Emergency funds.
Because there is the time you will need it, and it will save you a lot. It can even transcend into big businesses. You can even get a distress sales in terms of this business we do.
Yeah.
Once you have a cash with you, you have a big negotiating factor. Strength to negotiate when it comes to certain business. Do you get? So it's a big lesson that I want every one of you to look into.
Yeah, keep money somewhere.
Cash is king.
Cash is king. Cash is what? You don't learn anything today. Cash is king. Honest, and that makes a whole lot of sense. You know, when a rich man has money, made a lot of investment, and then the children who are not really trained properly, they now go and start selling everything off at distresses. When you have money somewhere that you can be able to buy them and keep it to yourself, but when you don't have, you tend to lose such opportunities. Yes, I mean, cash is king. Okay, now we have to be wrapping up with this right now. It's been a very interesting section. I know you have been enjoying it, but tell us now, sir, you know, when things seems not to be working well, when sales are low, when pressure is high, when you know your plans, your targets, your visions are not really coming up the way you want them, how do you stay put? How do you manage? How do you hold up personally? more than just a leader personally, because there is a you first before that leadership cap comes upon you. How do you hold up?
As a businessman and everybody who is in business, you always want to sell, you always want to have money, you always want things to be moving on very fine, no delay at all. But we are not God. It shows that we are still humans. So sometimes there may be low and high points in every point in time. But the most important thing is, how do you handle them when they come? As a leader, you're supposed to handle it better than your subordinates. There's a time, some situation that may happen. When it comes to them, they will be very maybe fidgeting or scared or something, emotional down. But you are the one that will give them the sense of courage and confidence. You may not have, we're just finding that there's a problem that comes up. You may not have the solution, but you may give them the idea. They will bring up the solution and the situation will be solved. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So when certain things comes up, think traits before you act. Definitely in life, there must be pressure one way or the other. But when you come, it's very, very important to manage and mitigate it, to not affect or damage what you have built for a test of time. So think through it and see how this could be solved. Provide solution why they follow and get it resolved.
Because somehow your presence as a leader gives your subordinate hope. I can remember when there's chaos in the office somehow, and then the leader shows up, the boss shows up, everybody seems to be relaxed. Boss is around. That kind of feeling. But when he's not there, they're all fidgeting. What do we do? And then he shows up, the God shows up, and they feel like the master has come, the savior has arrived. That's why it's very, very important as a leader, as a business owner, to have that tenacity, that capacity.
Yes, because as a leader, that you're a leader, you don't just become a leader overnight. A leader is being built.
Exactly.
Do you get?
Exactly.
So one way or the other, when a leader, when a situation comes up, when there's a matter arising, that is when some of all these things are being shown. That leadership skill comes out and is being displayed.
Yeah. So it's intentional to build it as a leader, future leader, and existing leader already. Now, sir, as we wrap up, tell us, if you're talking to a young entrepreneur right now, maybe someone is watching and they're seeing you for the first time, is a young business person, a young entrepreneur, what financial discipline? I mean, we've learned one already, but what financial discipline can you tell them to take note of, to build immediately as they grow and venture in their career as an entrepreneur?
Have you heard about this word, delayed gratification?
Oh, delayed gratification. Yes, I have.
You have?
Yes.
Okay. That is the word I learned from my father from a young age.
Okay.
Because when I was young, I want to have everything. I want to have this, I want to have that, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. But my father had the money, but he won't give it to you. He will tell you, he gives you what you need at that point.
Okay.
He will tell you delayed gratification. Just exercise patience. All these things you want will come in due time. Don't be in a hurry. And it struck me. When I started business, I have some money to buy some certain things that I need. But I choose to use it and buy land and venture into this real estate I'm doing right now. Do you get? You can imagine then buying a large hectares of land to do development, which I can use to buy Benz and cruise and those kind of a thing. But I said, let me multiply this money. I will have all these things much later. Okay. And that is when that word, delayed gratification, was making sense to me. But when I was younger, it wasn't making sense to me. So I advise every youth that there is a time for everything. If you can delay for now, for that iPhone 17 Pro Max, and use it and buy land, and the next one you see that it has doubled. And who knows, after buying the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it got spoiled or stolen. What happened? You lost the land. Do you get? So if they can abide by this word, delayed gratification, it will go a long way.
Delayed
is a word for everybody, both young and adults.
Yeah, both females and males. It's only for the males. For my girls now, we think that it's only for the guys. The girls should go about buying their wigs and all that. No, the legal education is for every entrepreneur, everybody that tends to grow business and build a business in the future. Thank you so much, sir. So what do we owe this amazing, intelligent man that has poured wisdom upon us this morning? This is actually very, very brilliant.
if you can delay for now for that iPhone 17 Pro Max and use it and buy land, in the next 1 year you see that it has doubled.
Let's give 3 Koza for our guest this morning. Koza.
Thank you, Miss Jenny.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You.
And to be a pleasure to see you again next week, right here, same station at the Exceed Real Vibe podcast.
I'm available.
I'm available. This one is not I'm unavailable. It's giving I am available. Thank you so much, sir. So guys, thank you for watching, and please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, we're on TikTok, and right here on YouTube at the Exceed Real Vibe podcast, where we don't just vibe, we also exceed. See you next episode, same station, same time. Bye.